Hello and welcome to Pertam. Well, the point behind this is it's going to be not Pertam. It's going to be Rally 2024, and we're going to find another planet to use. And that is today's goal, is that I have several planets on this save. Of course, only one spawned in so far. And we're going to explore those planets and see if there's one that is suitable for a rally to run on that planet. But everyone, welcome to the stream. We are preparing for Rally 2024, which is going to take place. I have undecided if I'm going to do it on the 30th of June, which would be a week and a couple days from now, or I do it on the 7th of July, which is that 1 week after. Both on Sunday, and they would be Sunday in the middle of the afternoon Pacific, which I believe isn't too bad for Europe. It's fine for North America. It's the middle of a Sunday. Europe, because they're like 8 hours ahead of us, it would be like the end of the day sort of thing. It would be not too late for them, not like past midnight or anything. And that is the plan. So, something that I'd like to do with this year's rally, though, is I want to do something fun. And I'll just, yeah, I'm going to stand on my truck. Okay. I'm touching my toes. Engineers standing in a weird way. Is I would like to incorporate the water mod. Oh, and I got a fog? Yeah, there it is. It would be really interesting to incorporate water mod into a race. In the sense that you could, if you wanted to, like say for example, there was a checkpoint. I mean, this is a poor example because it's not too much out of the way. But if there's a checkpoint here on this beach, and then there was a checkpoint over here on this beach, you could, if you had the setup and your rover was amphibious, you could just go across the water. That's something I'd like to do for this this year's race. And so we have various different planets. So let's spawn some of them in. This is Valcor. We got Theros. And we've got Tharsis. These are just ones I randomly found on the workshop. So if you guys have planets that you think would be really good for a rally, send them to me in the chat here. Ooh. Ooh, this is a water mod type planet. Ooh. Because I'm also looking at what kind of continents they have. So this has a nice big continent. They got an inland here. Goes into like a desert-y bit. Because I'm trying to think of like, okay, how would I make this route? Like, what would I make the players do? Like, force them to drive up through these highlands and across this area. And then, like, down to the water. And then put a checkpoint here, and then maybe that's where I put the checkpoint over here. You want to go around, go ahead, but if you want to just go across, you can. You know, all of this rocky bit. Oh, this stuff is great for racing. Like, it's rocky, it's crappy, but there's like little routes you can get up through if you wish. Yeah, that stuff would be good. Alright, let's see. So it is a deserty area separated from a temperate area with a mountain range. There is on a separate continent, I want to say. I just got to go around this, make sure it is an entirely separate continent. Yes, this is like the polar region and is very mountainous. And that's all separate. Okay, okay, okay. Couple small islands. Some cool looking islands. Big island there. Because I don't want to have the race be so like there's like, oh, you have to go to this random island and back where the people are just sitting in their boats essentially and they're just driving for 30 minutes just not doing anything because they're just in the water. That's not fun. But stuff like this where you could have like the race be coming along here, be just bopping along. Do. Oh god, it's the water. We gotta turn. Actually, we gotta go across. You know, and then just get across the water. You know, that kind of shortcutty type thing. You know, these kind of bay that you want to cut across. Or if there was a large river or something. Hey, just got here. Did you miss anything? No, you didn't. We just getting started. Basically, the goal of today is to figure out a planet that we can use for 2024's rally, which will take place in a week or two. I have yet to finalize the date of the final when the rally is. So, like, you could do something as well, even if we don't incorporate water mod, where you can just have your races start here, and they just go this way over all of this unknown terrain, across all these mountaintops and stuff. They'd have to be weaving through these forests. Because remember, this is like an endurance race. They're supposed to take a long time to do it. So, if I had this as like the one beach and a GPS steer, and let's see what kind of kilometerage we can get out of that. Because also, I can make them sort of wiggle. Make them do checkpoints and stuff. I could have them, like, go through the desert this way, and then turn and go around, and, like, go along the coast here for a while. They have to, like, make their way down here. And then maybe hard turn, go up and over the mountains, you know, through this area, which they're basically heading back to where they started. Go up and over these mountains, through this area, through here, and end up on the, wait, where's the very farthest continent? Damn, this continent's huge. Because it's basically, to the other side of the planet. For these two positions here. And then you add just a couple, you know, back and forths that require you to go to specific locations throughout the continent. So this planet could work quite well. You could even have that, you know, the last checkpoint or something be on the island, so you have to be amphibious. I don't know. It would be nice if there was like an archipelago that had a bunch of little islands you could jump between. It's got like an inland sea on here. I don't know. Okay. So this is... which planet is this? Cycle objects. Planets. That is Tellus. Watching season 1 is what made you buy Space Engineers. Well, nice. I'm glad that you enjoyed the series enough that you wanted to get on there and play the game yourself. This is... I mean, I think this is just Mars, or Pertam, essentially. This is just Desert Planet Redux. So, there wouldn't be any difficulty in this planet, really. It would just be drive as hard and fast as you can. Which isn't a bad thing. Wouldn't be anywhere, like, any particular big craters or... so what exactly is the rally? So the rally is similar to what we did last year, where you get an hour to build your rover at the station at the beginning, and then all the contestants take off, and the first person to reach the finish line wins, and they win cash prizes. And that's basically it. I mean, it's styled after, like, the Dakar Rally, which is supposed to be this, like, really long and arduous, like, endurance race through the desert. It's not a Formula 1 go around the track really, really quickly sort of thing. It's a marathon. In the first race, we gave them an hour to build, and then the race took about 2 hours. It was like an hour and 40 minutes or something for them to drive it. So it was like an hour and 45 minutes or so of, like, hard driving off-road in Space Engineers for the leaders to make it to the finish line. I don't like this planet. This planet's too flat. This is too easy. You just drive. There's nothing. It's just, there's no interesting terrain. So no, this planet's a goner. This is one of the original planets I was looking at. These are all by the same guy on the workshop. I just sort of grabbed like half of his planets, and we'll take a look at them all. All right, so what we got so far. This is Theros, Tellus, Tharsis, and Valcor. Theros, Tellus, so it's Occus. Spawn in Occus. What are the rules for building? As long as your creation fits into a defined size, like it fits within the construction bay that you're given at the beginning, and you just use your wheels. If I add water, then you'll have like modified propellers that only work underwater, but it's basically just, it's a wheels only challenge. So there isn't like a you know, you can use thrusters or something to boost you. You try to make large planets like 500 kilometers. I could do the plug-in that allows me to spawn larger planets, yes. But circumnavigating Pertam the first year took the racers about 2 hours. Wait, there's water now? It's a mod. Yeah. So, circumnavigating Pertam took 2 hours. And Pertam isn't actually that big of a planet. So, there would be, I think, timing issues if you make too big of a planet. I like these hills. Yeah, this looks fun to navigate. This looks interesting to navigate, because you just hit up some of these things. You have to weave your way through stuff, drive down through here, zip down into these valleys, get over the humps in the hills. That'd be kind of fun. There's some sort of that like archipelago type feeling that I was talking about. These areas are flat, but they have water on them, so you could zip between them. with if your rover was amphibious. And this actually would be a really fun planet to build on. I'd love to build on one of these. Like, this area is so flat. And it's right beside the water. It's really nice, actually. But if you guys have any planets that you're like, oh man, this would be really great to do a race on, send them to me. Send them to me in chat, or if you send them to me on Discord, just message and chat. Oh, I sent you something on Discord, and I'll check. But like here, this would be kind of nice. You'd have the people race in like this, and then they have a checkpoint here in the middle. Yeah. So we got, this is that one large continent there that's like temperate. We also got this large area over here that is rocky. Oh. This is really interesting to try to drive. This is very interesting. Here, I'm gonna teleport myself over here and try to drive this for a second. How's that do for the time of day? Oh, it's moved my camera, damn it! It took my camera away. Where was I? It's no fun. Is this what I was looking at? I think this is what I was looking at. This area here. Yeah, I just want to teleport myself here. Friend and I did a rover race from pole to pole on a modded planet. 26, yeah, Planet 26 was good. Alright. Let's use the Mini M1. Are these wheels... Ah, they're limited. Power. Full power. No ultimate speed. Let's go. Up the hill. Holy sh... Righty then. We're going a little too fast. Oh, bonk. Pirates? No, no. It's a non-combat race. So you wouldn't want to do that if you were playing. Going too fast. I am going to give myself, though, that power. I'll just limit myself to 100 kilometers an hour. So where am I going here? I want to go this way. So I could do something like, I could start them here, and they could race down this and across the water here, and then up this way, and like through this continent, like around this, like around the continent sort of thing. Be kind of cool. It's possible to get a scenario for the rally you did last year with the additions you made and waypoints. Possibly. I'm not sure if I still have that save, though. I'd have to rebuild it because I did it on a server. And I'm not... I don't think I downloaded the world from the server. But I think I made a local world in order to upload the world to the server. So I'll have to check. Oh, jeez. Down the hill. What do they have these gyros? Handling and lift. Oh, it's to roll it over. Okay. That's what this gyro's for. Yeah. Oh God. That's what that gyro's for, is to roll it. This seems very easy to drive. But then again, so is per tam, relatively. Tam is relatively easy to drive. You just have to watch yourself and know what areas to drive. But a lot of this is going to be pathfinding for people, because like people aren't going to know the route, right? So they're going to be, you know, throwing themselves around going like, I don't know where to go. Do we cross here? Should we go upstream a little bit? Do stuff from like Mario Kart. I don't think I have the ability to do that. I'm not that good of a coder. Because then you could just be like, aha, okay, let's just go to the other side in the water. Yeah, don't hit the water going too fast. You just explode. I mean, this is one option. This is like an archipelago race. Because the race would just be, I would say, from like I don't know, somewhere along here, like here-ish. Wonder where I can, like, I'm just thinking about a place where I could actually build the starting line. Somewhere along here. I'll just drop my butt right here and get a waypoint. So, race starting somewhere around here. And then people would have to drive up into the hills. Drive through all this stuff. They'd have to get to the end. And we'd have like a checkpoint like here. And then it would be like you would have to drive across the water in order to get to this over here. So you would have to be amphibious. Then you would drive along here. This would be basically like you wouldn't have to go in the water there. Just drive along the terrain. You could stick right. There'd be checkpoints to just keep you going around this continent, essentially. And you would just go around this, and then we would eventually, my game is like freezing up here, eventually wrap all the way back around and maybe end up like getting you here, and then it's like the end is here sort of thing. So it would be kind of like, if I can see this whole continent at once, which is right here. So the route could be around, back, in there, sort of thing. Great big, wiggly route. I mean, that's one option. That's like Archipelago version. Yeah, the idea of like a triathlon kind of thing, like you could do that kind of thing here too, where you could do it along here. There's little bits of water. You have to move your way through this continent. You come back, like you come back, you come through here, and then like you go through, say, these island chains, and come back this way. I think tanks float, as far as I know. I believe you can use tanks to float, but also you can just use like voids to float, just areas of your ship that are, you know, yeah, tanks float. So you can use that. But as well, if you just make a space, like hell, even just armor block will float. But it's just not going to float, you know, insanely well. Doesn't have that much buoyancy. But maybe you don't build with armor blocks anymore because they have 20 kilos of weight. Maybe you build with something lighter because it's less weight, you know? I mean, realistically, for a boat, all you just need is a thruster on the back and gyros, and you'll be fine. That's so you can make it controllable. Devil's TV. You're just like, I just want them. They want something to pop up to cause chaos, eh? That's your goal. Cause some chaos. Can we get out of the water here? Oh, you can. There is a spot you can get out of the water. And right here, too. Okay. We're going to save some of these options here. I need to... Archipelago. Archipelago. That's how you spell it. God damn. That is a word you don't normally do. Kind of just the Archipelago option. Alright. That's race option 1. Is this archipelago. Racing through it. I do not like this continent at all. This is very bland. No, that's not a possible race area. Yeah, I think this planet just has the archipelago. That's its choice. There is this, which is... this is the kind of like circumnavigating race, right? This is a much more... This is like no water mod, but you go from this peninsula and you go all the way over these mountaintops and everything going through. It's too bad this wasn't... This area here wasn't water. That would have been perfect. All the way over to this side. Like, going to the other side of the planet. That could be a good option. Which planet is this? Is a very good question. Let me just teleport my butt here. Do that list again and go distance from players. Tellus. It's the Tellus planet. So we'll call this the Continental option. What is this? This is number 2. Yeah, let's continue looking. This planet has a giant ocean. Goddamn. Couple good sized islands in the ocean. And it's got a similar thing where it has like one large continent that like spans the entire one hemisphere. So you could do a similar continental race on this thing here. Again, that would mean no real focus on water mod. It would just be a continental race. Just have water for the sake of it looking cool. You know, start from like one of these ends here, like down in here in this little lush area. And you would have to go up and over and through all of these mountains, which might be kind of fun to drive. Through all this mountain range, past this inland sea, all the way over to here. Whichever was the farthest bit from the other one. This place goes on for goddamn forever. Goddamn. This continent is huge. Trying to get a grasp of like where this continent is. It does drop down there. Okay. But it's generally just on the one... Like it's... Like looking at it from this direction, it's the top of the planet. So I just want to pick the lowest spot here, which is sort of this green area. This would be a good place to set up the starting block, essentially. And then from there, you would just want to go to the other side of the planet. And you would go all the way to, like, this spot here. Which would take you over the planet, yeah. I think this is going to be the mountainous option. Because there is a ton of really tall mountains on this planet. And it would force you to drive through these mountainous regions. And you'd have to climb them with your rover, which would be kind of cool. Some mountain climbing. Okay. This planet... I think this planet was a write-off because it's just too flat and too boring. And that planet is, again, too flat, too boring. Alright. So, entity list, planets, Orcus, Tellus, Tharsis, Theros, Valcor. Any other ones that I brought on here? Orcus, Tellus, Theros, Valcor. I think that's all the planets I had for my initial like look through here. If there's any other planets that you guys know of that you think would be good for a race, you just go ahead and send them to me. But other than that, I am personally leaning towards Archipelago option. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and cons of all of these different types of races. The Archipelago option is kind of fresh in the sense that it would force people to use water mod. They would have to interact with the water system, because I would do stuff like they'd have to like go to this island to get a checkpoint and go to this island like to get a checkpoint and such. And so there would be portions where they're out in the water and they would have to do the water mod. The other planets are a traditional rally, just happen to be on a planet that has a water mod on it. So I think it might be kind of fun to force people to do a route through this archipelago and force them to interact with water mod as much as I can. Because I want to see what people create. Like, for me, the most interesting part isn't the actual, like, race in terms of, like, who's in the lead. I don't really care. Like, I just want everyone to have fun at the event. I don't have a, you know, I don't have a favorite that I want to win. I just want to see people race. But then I would like to see them go, how the hell am I supposed to do X, Y, and Z? And how am I supposed to build my rover to accommodate that? Last year I made it so that people couldn't have batteries. And so they had to take everything with hydrogen engines and stuff. But I think I'm going to relax that rule so you can just slap some batteries and reactors onto your ship this time. But if we throw in the water mod, that'd be kind of interesting. Let's try building what would be what I expect to sort of be an example rover for this race. That is way too off-kilter. Let's go somewhere where it's flatter. Like up here. Alrighty then. First things, we can start off with just a base. Articulates like a snake. Damn, that'd be a cool looking rover. Not sure I have the capabilities to do that. I'm not that good at this game. We'll get some wheels on it. Do I want 3x3s? Probably. I think I'll extend out this wheelbase another couple. This might be too long, though. Something like this could be fine. So, you can either... Oh, I didn't put the propellers on. I'm going to do that. I'm going to add the propeller mod. Because there's one that makes it so they only work in water, which is probably the one I'm going to use, so that people can put propellers on their rovers, but propellers are really just reskin thrusters. Propellers only underwater. Excellent. And if they were able to put propellers on that were just basically thrusters, then they could be using thrusters to push their rover around. Ugh. Damn allergies. You don't want that. You want people to be using their wheels for their rover. Alright. Props. Half block. Ship propeller shaft T-shape. Extends propeller. Decorative, no thrust. Large ship propellers. Where's a small ship propeller? Is there even one? Oh my god, they're huge. Okay, no, that's not what I expected. Never mind, these are not available for small grid. Good to know. There's a torpedo. There's a torpedo thruster. I could just use that. Nah, I'll just use regular thrusters. That's unfortunate. I'll have to figure out the right mod to use that. Blah, 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 blah. So, let's see how much this thing floats if I just go plunk it in the water right now. Like, this is super basic. Oh, jeez, I don't even have a gyro yet. That would be a useful item to take on this rover. Let's see how much I float. I probably don't. Oh. Oh, shit. I actually kind of somewhat maybe float. What the hell is this? Oh, thrusters, I could just go. Oh, damn. Okay. Bark. Tanks. So what happens if I put, like, tanks like that? Do I float better? I float a bit better. Can you... Can you slow down? Wing. Hey, that gives you buoyancy. Whee! Bonk. Explode one of those flying out of there. It's because that thruster is just giving me so much power. Alright. We need to build something proper here. What is gravity on this planet? It is 1, okay. Just like, I feel like I'm flying around way too much. Yeah, that's good enough. Gonna make the actual keel of a boat. Ah, just do the whole block. Because then you can close it and seal it up. And then this thing floats a lot better. Then you can just add some wheels on it. This will be just a wheeled boat. Battery can actually go inside. Out of the way. What a coincidence. Same with the gyro. And I can't remember if I actually have to properly vent these. Depressurize on. And seal it. I expect this is the kind of boat that people are going to make. Like the rover. Some kind of boat body rover looking thing. Because then when this drives in the water, it should just float real well. Yeah, look at that. Well, let's see if it needs to be pressurized or just airtight. Let me just do this, and this, and this. I'm noticeably lower in the water. Like the water is lapping at the deck. So let me just put that back. I will put an air vent full in there. Ah, well, look at me. I just pop straight up. Yeah. So you don't need this here, but you do at least need a vent somewhere in that space, right? Yes. It doesn't matter if the vent is even connected up, but you need a vent in that space in order for it to be like airtight, calculated, and pressurized. On. Yeah, it would be fun if I can get some thrusters that just work underwater. Because right now, I don't want that thruster to be able to be working. I want it wheels only here. And then we gotta go climb stuff. We gotta go drive over mountaintops. And where's the next bit of water? Ah, it'll just turn to our right. So then this is pretty mountainous. This is pretty, like, up and down, annoying to drive. I think I'm liking it. Oh. Get some airtime. We filled with battles? No. This is no battling. This is purely a race. If we want to do fun battles, if that's something the community wants, we can do fun battles on another event. Like, one of the ideas I had was to do like a Robot Wars kind of thing, where you design a drone, and then you sick your drones on each other. And whoever's drone wins, you know, that kind of thing. It's like, anything's allowed in that situation, but as soon as you press go on your drone, you can't touch it again. You can't connect to it. The drone has to figure it out itself. Oh god, the trays! They're in my way. That'd be an idea for the future. I mean, you don't need this much buoyancy. Woo, baby. And kersplat. Oh, that was nice. And then we're just like going off to the next island or whatever. This is cool. I'm kind of getting on the idea of having the Archipelago. Force people to make amphibious rovers if they want to utilize the water mod. Strictly speaking, is there anything to stop the driver from making a rover then dense and just drive across the floor? Absolutely not. They can go do that if they wish. You just won't be able to see shit down there. Okay. So this is a good example of like what you could do. You can make a small rover. You put your bits of stuff in it, seal it up, and then it would be able to float as well as the drive. So that's an example. Let's pop back to... That's on a different planet. That's a piece of broken grid. That's a piece of... Oh, that was my grid. Let's plop myself back on the beach. And yeah, you could totally just grab a rover. I mean, really any rover. Let me just grab like my Dune Runner from the Escape from Mars, just because it's, you know, here. And if I take this into the water, that surprisingly floats. God damn, that's kind of nice. We do need some thrusters in order to actually be able to drive this thing. And it is starting to slowly turn over, which is an issue, but we'll survive. Get rid of the turret. Alright. Get myself back to shore here real quick. And then what you could theoretically do is weigh this thing down. So what's heavy? Just artificial mass is heavy? They're almost 1,000 kilos for just this one block. Let me just fill this thing up. You don't need any thrusters then. Oh, it feels noticeably heavier. Oh, it's still... Oh, we are sinking, although it is slow. We need more mass. Wait, do I have anything in here that... Oh, this is light. Yeah, cargo container. You don't need that in the race. Fill it up with weight. Come on. Stay on the ocean floor. I mean, theoretically you could do this if you wanted to. You made this thing all heavy armor and just like made it weigh a absolute shit ton. But then you've got to do that. And you got to drive along the ocean floor like this. So it's theoretically possible. And let me just turn off the W-fog. There we go. So you actually see where we are. So I mean, theoretically, if you wanted to, you could totally drive underneath the water. It would just be slow. Although, while you're under the water, you can use the underwater propellers, because that will be allowed. Because if I add that mod in, you can use the underwater propellers. But then when you're above water, my rover is unfathomably slow right now. Oh, but wait, you can turn on and off masses, right? Group, toggle on off. Does that actually change their weight? Or is that just their simulated weight in, like, artificial gravity? I'm still heavy, right? Yeah, I still sink. Yeah. So, I mean, it's possible. You could do it, but more than likely you're just going to build a rover that is capable of doesn't need to be like that buoyant, just enough, you know what I mean? Just enough so it don't sink very quickly and stay on the top of the water and go along fast. Yeah, okay. So that's Archipelago. Continental option. This one is just pretty simple drive, actually. This is just normal, like, Space Engineers hills. Not difficult at all. This we get a little bit more difficult here. This is craggy shit. So this would not be fun. Yeah, well, it'd be good to be able to float. But you don't really need to be, like, have perfect buoyancy and, like, pop up to the top of the water sort of thing. You just should be able to go through the water. Yeah, this is real craggy. This would be horrible to drive. You would probably have to do this. Have to do this section going up. And then this to get higher. Follow the easy bits. Or just keep following this. Even that, oh, this gets real craggy and shitty. This would not be fun at all to drive. How about... Oh yeah, it's all craggy and shitty. Okay, no. It's not fun, man. Mountainous option. Like, it's mountainous, but how is the mountains? Like, are they craggy mountains and really bad to drive, or can you actually drive these mountains? Which looks like you could just drive up and over these mountains. Yeah, not bad, not bad. This is just easy desert. Drive right on through here, no issues. Getting a little steep here. You probably have to go up and over this to stay on the highlands. These Rocky Mountains, are they... Oh, they're smooth. Smooth terrain. Interesting. So this planet isn't so bad to drive. But I think for 2024, I want to go with the Archipelago. I think this looks the most interesting. And just leave it up to the players of whether or not they want to, like, how much they want to take part in the water mod, right? Like, do they go full on water mod and just like, because what if somebody just went like, I'm gonna go full water mod, and then immediately just drove into the ocean and just zipped along in the water, no obstacles, and then just maybe they're not going as fast as somebody on land, but they're a straight line compared to the guy on land needing to go up and down over the hills and stuff. Oh. Oh. Let's see. What do I want to do now? I need to go use the washroom, and I'll be a couple minutes. And then when I get back, I want to do a little bit of route design for this and set up a few waypoints and stuff. But I do need to use the washroom quite badly. So I will be back in just a couple minutes here. I am sorry, but I need to go. I'll be back. Oh. All right. Sorry about that. Just needed to use the washroom. Now, I am good to go for a while. Alright. So, Archipelago option. I think this green area here could serve as a nice spawn location. Either that spawn... I need somewhere relatively flat. So I could build a... Oh yeah, I think there's enough room here. Yeah, there'd be enough room here that I could build a series of garages for people to build their rovers in. So this is the building... so rover construction area. There. And then I think after everyone's built their rovers, I can maybe get them like lined up on the beach. There's a nice stretch of beach right here. This is perfect. This could be the construction area. This is perfectly flat. Or this could be the starting line here. Either or. We'll just make this the starting line for now. So people build the rovers to get ready over here, then they drive over. They have got water, so they can go test their rover and see if it floats properly. Then they all line up across here, and they go 1, 2, 3, go, and they take off. Now, how do I want them to take off? I think I channel them up here. This is a nice start of the route. So now we go through with the route that I would, that I plan for them. Not the ones that they have to take, but just the one that I would expect them to take. And come along here. Come along down into here. This looks like a fun route. Do. Now, that's what I've got to think here. Do I want this to be this dictated? Or do I want people to make their own routes? Because I think that if they start on this starting line, I could have checkpoint 1 be here, and that would sort of lead them going up this hill. And that would be a decent start, because this is the nicest hill in the area to get up and over, It's quite nice. But then after that, how checkpointy do I want to do this? Like, if you guys had a choice, would you rather it be that I just had like a checkpoint here and then like a checkpoint at the end of the peninsula and they could just do whatever they wanted? Or would you rather it be like I have a checkpoint every couple kilometers and they have to follow my path that I've sort of pre-described? as like the race. Let me do a poll. How do I start a poll? Engage with the audience. Start a poll. How many checkpoints? Lots. They have to follow the path. Few. They make their own path. Please vote in the poll. And I'll let that go for a few minutes here. So I think lining up everybody right here. Thunder rally car. Pertam rally truck. I guess those are the ones from last year. Enough checkpoints to prevent people from cutting off too much. Of course, with OP designs, but few enough to allow ingenuity. I understand what you're saying here. So maybe like a checkpoint every 10 kilometers or so. Move the speed limit from these wheels. Oh, and I should probably add aerodynamics. Yeah, let me add that real quick. I always find the aerodynamics is an interesting thing to add to your rover races, as it puts a dampen on things. You can't just get your rovers really flying. Oh, right. I think my parents are watching hockey right now. This hockey season is nuts. I can hear them cheering, therefore their team scored. Yep. Rover. Then I made for Planet 26. Hey, cool. That'd be awesome. Alright. Give it just one more time. Wheels. Speed. Power. Gyro. This. I don't need you for overriding. I need you on, though. is more gyro-y goodness. Built for craggy mountains. Oh, cool looking rover. Spammeth. I'll look at it here in a second. Oh yeah, look at that. With aerodynamics on, our top speeds are only like 30. God, kind of glitchy though. Can you design the course by adding deleting voxels? I mean, probably. Tunnel section, like in Fast and Furious 5, so vehicles have to be under a certain height. Well, vehicles already have to be a certain height because they have to fit outside of the garage door that will be like you have to be able to fit out of the garage door that, like, from the garage that you're building it in the scenario. So you build it in the garage. If you can't get it out of the garage, then you obviously have to cut something off. God, this thing is so light. It's just getting kicked up by the air. Let's try a heavier rover. This thing looks cool. The engines are going off, though, because they're way too bloody loud. Alright, this thing feels great to drive. Wheels. Unlimited power, strength. Yeah, it looks good. Is aero confirmed? I mean, probably. So I'd use it in last year's race. Like, I don't know. Otherwise, I feel that you can just get your rovers going way too fast. Like, as you saw, when I didn't have aerodynamics on, I could get my rover up to 100 meters a second. And I could quite easily just yeet myself off of a ridge line and go flying. But with aerodynamics on, like, this is max power, unlimited speed, and, like, I'm pushing, but I'm not getting past 30 meters a second. And I mean, what is 30 meters a second? Meters per second in kilometers an hour is 100 kilometers an hour. 30 is 108 kilometers. So this is going like 100 kilometers an hour here. Just doesn't feel like it because we're in a video game. There's nothing relative in terms of like the, you know, human scale things flying past you. Yeah, I think we'll probably have aero. But if they wanted to go a little bit off-road, they can go up and over if they wish. Another thing about Aero is it does make it so that thrusters aren't actually that useful. I mean, it's going to improve my speed, but not by much. I mean, look, I'm only going 32 compared to going 30. And I'm using so much more power. Are we gonna... Okay, would be kind of fun for like a wacky race. It would be like what did Splitsy did with like Wrong Way Up, where you had one planet stuck into the other planet almost. So when you got to the pole of one, you just fall to the other planet, and you just have to keep racing on the other planet. If you're making a multi-stage course, maybe you could add team garages, vehicle mods with timed warheads. I'm not sure what you mean by like why you would want the timed warheads. Like, you're talking like, oh, if they don't get there in time, like their rover explodes or something. Yeah, I'm really liking this terrain. I actually just want to like start a save here and just play on this planet. Watching Wrong Way Up for the first time now. Got to the part where they fall between the planets yesterday. Nice! I loved being in Wrong Way Up as one of the bad guys. I got to watch that live when they were falling between the planets, and I was flying in my A-10 Warthog after trying to bomb them. That was a blast. Okay, so we're going to end the poll here because it's been up for several minutes. And more people want them to... it's fairly even. Few and lots there. But more people want them to have fewer waypoints. More creativity in their paths. If they don't finish their repairs and mods in a certain amount of time, the building explodes and eliminates the team. Just be like, you've got 10 minutes. If you're not out of here in 10 minutes, you're dead. Hit the button. Go. And you have like a timer, like a countdown timer that's going to them. It'd be kind of silly. It'd be kind of fun, though. Does this thing have a gyro that's just like on override? No. Guess it's catching a bit of air. Did you know how low the fall off between the planets was when Wasted discovered that himself? No, I wasn't really paying attention to it because I was just in my plane and I was just flying. Like, I didn't really care what the gravity was. I was just flying along. But they were on their rovers and such. And they started falling sideways at one point, and they're just like, oh wait, oh shit. And that was a very good moment. Alright, where am I here? I am continuing that way. So, okay. In terms of checkpoints, I am currently like 15 kilometers from the starting line. I think I go starting line, one checkpoint here just to feed them all up into this ramp because I think this is like a good starting point, and then I let them be. They can go any which way they want until we get to... Where am I? That's a very good question. I am there. We can let them be until they get to some natural choke point. Some natural thing that I want them... Okay, I want you all to go through here. Sort of thing. I guess here. Which is just up and over the hill from me, right? Where am I again? I'm there. Oh no, that's much further along. Just a little bit further. Okay, let's get to it. We'll see what that, point's like there. Big going through some Junkyard Wars. Oh man, I kind of want to do like a Junkyard Wars event. Like, take a bunch of ships and crash them. Make a giant pile of half-destroyed ships. And be like you can't grind. Well, how do I want to do it? I wouldn't want it to be like you just go out and grind things down to get the components you need. I mean, that's one way you could do it. It's simple. But I would kind of want people to have to, like, slice bits off. Like the junkyard. Not the junkyard, what is it with the splitsy things doing? Like the wasteland stuff. The scavenging things. And so you have to, like, slice them off and use advanced welding to weld them back on and stuff. Merge blocks. Scrapyard, that's it. Yeah, so what is this? This is like 16 kilometers from the, 17 kilometers from the start. This could be checkpoint 1. Where do I want to put it? Just somewhere around here. Checkpoint 1. Okay. Let me get rid of these. So starting there, checkpoint 1. Maybe I'd move that a little bit earlier in here. I want to see how drivable this is. 1 second. So if you're coming along here, because you could drive to get there, right? I mean, theoretically, yes. Drive along here. You could drive up that. Drive down here. Yep, that's all drivable. Okay. Again, this is where they can choose whether or not they want to go water or not. But a bit of forced water would be to have a checkpoint like out here somewhere. Like this beach. Have a checkpoint here that you have to pass through. And it would be like intended that you would then cross at that point, right? Or maybe we don't need to go all the way out there. We can just have it come along here. And we can just have a checkpoint like here, and then this is an easy crossing. People have to mantle up over this. They probably just dive back into the water here and swim their way across. Whatever they wish to do. Yeah, where's my rover? There's my rover. Yeah. Even just right where we are right now, this is a checkpoint. And then they just dive right into the water and they go across. It'd be the first, like, real amphibious section. They get out of the water here, they go up and over. They climb up with that, and then they can decide to, like, go this way. That is a pretty nice route, actually. Then drive along here and drive along here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is checkpoint 2. How watery can this rover go? See, surprisingly it floats. Not the best, but it works. Finally caught a stream. Hey, Clint. Clint Browning. Welcome to the stream. We are testing out some stuff for the next rally. Just doing some pathfinding and seeing what it's like. I'm thinking we're going to make some water mod. We're going to have amphibious stuff. Or just seeing what the different paths are like. Man, water takes a while to cross, but it's probably a good thing that there's some longer water sections, because then the people who have more streamlined boats rather than just random rovers that still float could theoretically make up time in those water sections. Because you want to have the people who have done like the boat part of it and done that hard to you know, have an option. Yeah, have stuff they have to navigate through during long sections of water. Maybe, so they have to go like left and right and such, and they can have to not just point a direction and go super speed. Could be a way. Could be a thing to do. Yeah, then I would probably drive this way. Because what I probably want these to do is they're going to be like each checkpoint will have a little radio tower at it, and the radio tower will be like 20-kilometer range. And so when you get to a checkpoint, you should be able to see the next checkpoint. But I don't want people to be able to see all of the checkpoints from the beginning, so that way they sort of discover them as they go. And the checkpoints will obviously be numbered, so that way if, you know, you accidentally see like checkpoint 4 and you're only heading to checkpoint 2, then you know, oh yeah, that's later. I gotta get to 3 first before I can go to that checkpoint. Yeah, I'm liking this. Okay. So checkpoint 1 is going to be, so starting here, checkpoint 1 is mid somewhere here, probably right there, or maybe that green spot there. Checkpoint 2 is at the end here, and then that'll be the first water passage is going across here. Checkpoint 3 is going to be approximately 15, 16 kilometers from that. So it's going to be somewhere here. We can make checkpoint 3 be like around here somewhere. You could use the new broadcast controllers, set it to like 500-meter range. When they get into that range, it gives the next checkpoint to the racer who reaches it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Is there a way to get the broadcast to, like, send it only to a particular player? I thought it just, like, spoke to everybody. We just slap one on here and we'll explore the broadcast controller. Target, because it's owner or faction or everyone. You can't target a specific player with it. Everyone within antenna range. Oh, I guess that's what you mean. So if they come within antenna range, then I said everyone, and it gives locations. Maybe. I could definitely set these up with broadcast controllers so that the antenna says, like, you have completed the checkpoint. I would have to go in and, like, copy to clipboard and put that as a message. And then what happens when I send that message? Does that become a GPS for me? Checkpoint test. I keep pressing F10. Why do I do that? Oh, it does become a GPS for you. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay, let me try this. Let me experiment with this concept. Bat and antenna. So let's put down a broadcast controller and an antenna. And I'm not sure if I can do like the erasing the last checkpoint, adding the next one. That would probably be some coding shit. AI defensive maybe in order to lock the players. So broadcast controller would be GPS, and let me delete this, and it would be the checkpoint, and I'll set a checkpoint 3, checkpoint test. And we're going to compact antenna. We're going to make this like 100 meters, and the defensive is you also need an event controller. So the AI defensive is going to AI behavior. It only goes to enemies and neutrals. Interesting. With subsleep anything. Target lock small grid 2760. Searching for enemies. Target locked small grid. Okay. Event controller has a distance to locked target thing. Is equal or less than, say, 50 meters. The antenna is 100 meters. This is 50 meters. When it's less than 50 meters, I'm going to set up an action. We're going to broadcast 1. So realistically, when I drive my rover and get within 50 meters, that should send me a message. Hundred. Boom. It gave me a checkpoint. Cool. Now the question is that going to give me a checkpoint when I'm not in the vehicle? What I need to do is turn this vehicle around and throw it that direction. Stay outside of the 100 meters. The vehicle itself is going to go within 50 meters. And I don't receive a message. I don't receive the message unless I'm within the 100 meters when the thing occurs. So theoretically, yes, you could have this so that it gives you the next location, and then you have to pop open your GPS and put it on the HUD, find it, and go. So theoretically, I could do that. You could also make that, it would be kind of like a kind of like scavenger hunty. You know, you could have a checkpoint that like doubles back on itself and stuff. But that is theoretically a thing you could do. You could have a little spot like that, and as you get to it, it spits out a checkpoint for you. Problem is it's automatically turned off, so you would have to inform people of that, and they'd have to go in and turn it on as they're racing, which is a little annoying, but maybe there's a way around that. But anyway, I like the idea. I will look into it. Okay. Start. Checkpoint 1. Checkpoint 2. Checkpoint 3. Could you try something for me real fast? Sure. Gotta let me know what it is. checkpoint 3, and then another 15 or so kilometers from that. It's going to be around here somewhere. We could do like here. This can be checkpoint 4. I want to see if you could override the GPS position with the second tower doing a new GPS location on the same name. Oh, okay. So you have an existing like GPS test or something like that. And then you go to a new tower, and that tower has a different location for GPS test. So how would I do this? I go checkpoint test. I delete that. I'll take checkpoint 4. I'll just make a new from position, and I'll call it checkpoint test. So checkpoint test is by checkpoint 4. So let me go back to this and drive past that again. And we'll see if checkpoint test reverts back to near checkpoint 3. That's what you're asking. Oh, there's the thing. It's over there. So I already have a checkpoint test over there. What's going to happen when it gives me the waypoint here? It gives me the waypoint. I just get another one called checkpoint test. It's probably treated as a different one because it has a different location. I know where you were coming from for that, and it would have been really nice if that worked, but unfortunately it does not look like it works that way. Oh, my parents are probably happy. Their hockey team is winning. Oh, goddamn. God, the whole season right now is ridiculous. Alright. So then we just have here, we just have like a random spot, checkpoint 4. We want to go further this way. We could make... Oh, I want to make a part that's going over this little land bridge. I want this to be checkpoint 5. It's like here. Yeah, this has to be checkpoint 5. I want people to go over this land bridge. That is glorious. That's perfect. Snake over that bridge there. Alright, that's 5. Now 6. It's going to be somewhere over here. Probably like right around here. Yeah, something like this. This area. Now, these are all just rough locations. Not precise. It has to be at this exact spot, but just this is the route I want them to take. I want them to go ding, 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 and then move around this side of the island, and then they're going to loop this way, and I want to say come out, and then last stretch in the water, or maybe they come back along here, and then this little stretch is the water. Last stretch. That'll probably be fine. And I gotta change the time of day again, because it got dark. Alright. So that's checkpoint 6. Checkpoint 7 can be out here. In like this area. This looks very checkpoint 7. And then... Ooh, 8 over here. Maybe I make them come right to here. Or I could make them come out to this island. uh... That's actually kind of funny. Let's make them come to this island. And then... I don't need to force them to go all the way down here, do I? Or do I want to? I mean, I could either force them to come this way and then down and back, or that checkpoint, and then I could checkpoint somewhere on this peninsula. And then we can start heading back. Oh, this 100% there's going to be a checkpoint, like, right here. This is a beautiful one. But this is too far away, so I need a checkpoint in between. Do I force them to come down over here? Why don't I force them into this island? Why not? Should be able to get up this island. Yeah, let's do it. It's like, why am I talking about, like, is that right for me to do or not? I'm like, yeah, hell, who cares? Like, they're racing. I'm paying out a prize money for this goddamn race. Like, they can decide how they want to do it. And then this. Oh, perfect. We're like 17 kilometers away. Checkpoint 10. And then they're going back this direction, which I'll make them go across this little land bridge as well. Checkpoint on a boat. Have a moving checkpoint. Just to have it, like, in the bay, just doing donuts, and they have to, like, get on the boat at the right time. Something like this. I want them to come along these archipelagos, like, there, and then... is this drivable? Not really. Where's checkpoint 11? There. It could be 12. This is a nice place for 12. Somewhere over here. A checkpoint at the bottom of the ocean. They gotta go swimming for it. When's the rally going to be? Either the 30th or the 7th. I'm leaning towards the 7th. It'll give me more time to get it ready and advertise and let people get practice for it and such. And then this next checkpoint is we're back heading towards this direction here. So we're just going to go along somewhere along the coast here. About 15 kilometers. We just make it on the high to land over here. That works. That can be checkpoint 13. 13. Because remember, the last rally was like a 2-hour race. So it's not supposed to be a quick race. It should take some time to do. 13 is there. Well, we can do 14 somewhere around here. I'm kind of wanting to put this in a place where it's like you could do it on land, but you could also cut through the water. I'm thinking somewhere around here. That's about right in terms of distance. Alright, then after you make that corner, you head back this way. And anything cool over here? I can go another few kilometers. That's only at 11 kilometers since the last checkpoint. But, you know, something around here or so. So this is checkpoint 15. Oh, new from current position, checkpoint 15. There we go. Oh. Oh. The Oilers scored again. I can hear my parents cheering. God, this hockey game is getting silly. They're down 3-0 in the series. So every single game is a do or die. The opponents can win the Stanley Cup. And now they're coming back, Game 6, and they're winning 2-0 so far. And they could push it to a Game 7. My God, that's going to be ridiculous. Ugh. But yeah, I heard what you saw there. You're saying they're having like a floating buoy or something you have to get close to. We could do that for like here. You put it like in the middle of this this pond here. But somewhere around checkpoint 15. And then you can either just go on the water and putz through the water, or you can drive along the land. Checkpoint 16 will probably be at the end here, and then it's 12 back to the starting line. So this will be the last. This will be the big water rush, right? At the very end. Checkpoint 16, and then it's the final across the water back to the starting line. I could put a little lighthouse right here to guide people in, and it would be the final rush up on the beach, back through here, careen along here, through the starting line. That's our race. So, we are going to go from here, from our starting line, go up this, over and across, along, through the interior and along the outside of this, back down here and back up, and then end it off with one big water section and end it off back at the starting line. That is Rally 2024 Archipelago Edition. That's our route. I'm going to refine it, put those things in their final positions, build up the garages that people need to use, that kind of stuff. And I just do it in this world. I can just get rid of the rest of these planets. Any list. Planets. Orcus is the one I'm using. Right? This, no, that's not the one I'm using. That's not the one I'm using. Valcor, no. Yeah, this is not the one. This is the one planet. Never done this type of thing before. How do I join? If you need to be in my Discord. And in my Discord, I will be sharing a sign-up sheet in the next few days over the weekend. And it will be in the announcement section, so it'll be pretty obvious. It'll be like, at everyone, this, you know, this is how you sign up for the rally sort of thing. And you sign up for the rally, and then you show up at the rally and you race. And there could be any number of competitors. Based on the number of competitors, that's how many slots I'll get on a server. And so that way we can have as many people as we want to join. And you have an hour to build your contraption. In survival from scratch, not requiring you to gather materials. There will be containers full of materials, but you need to actually like do the hard work of like actually welding it. So it's not like creative where you just slap things in. You actually have to weld your items and build it up. So that way, you know, like you have to plan it out and build your rover correctly. You can make teams if you wish, so that it's easier to build and you can build a bigger rover. But if you win, any prizes are split between the team members. Well, I'd probably make it easier if you have just a team captain, and the team captain will get the prize, and then the captain has to split the prize of whatever is between the various people on the team. Because I don't want to have to PayPal like 100 different people if they like one team that has like 5 people and then like 3 of those kind of teams win. I have to PayPal 15 different people with their winnings. That would be annoying. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Water mod, aerodynamics. Who knows? I might just throw on realistic thrust as well, just for shits and giggles, because I'm an evil person. People won't notice, and then they'll be like, have like one thruster on the side of their ship for. I think the invite link in your Discord in your description has expired. Really? That would be not good. Let's see. At least in the description of this video, maybe. Edit. Let's see. Is that expired? Let me try to use it. Continue to Discord. Wants me to go through like multi-factor authentication stuff. I'm not sure. That link there doesn't work. Let me just check the server settings. Because I believe that invite is my main invite that has been going for forever. Invalid invite. Okay, I'll fix that. I'll have to do that after the stream ends. But no, I should just fix that right now. What is the invite that is normally in my video descriptions then? Because does that one work? I have to check my channel default uploads. It's the same invite. Okay, let me fix this. Strange. Seems to be working for me. Where do I go to change my invites? Server settings. Invites. Let me just quickly disable streamer mode so I can actually see what some of these things are. Sorry, this is probably not the most interesting part of the stream, but I've got to figure this out. It's not set to expire. It's got 3,000 uses. EFFUQCJ. Yeah, it says it's a valid invite. So I'm not sure what's going on. I can just create a new invite. I can just send it here. There's a brand new invite there. So, not sure what's going on there. But that is probably going to be it for this stream. We've got the route planned. I need to go through and set up the buildings and stuff. Invalid invite. You may not have permission to join. Very strange. I do not know what is going on with that. Like, I don't know if you can like send me a PM through Discord. Like, wow, what is my, like, my name is just Kanajashi in there of like, you know, hey, this is me from the stream, and then I can try to send you an invite directly. I'm not sure what else I can do. Maybe the invite to that. Maybe I have to do it to the rules verify channel. Let me create one here. Create a new one. Try that one. Maybe that'll work. Who knows? I'm sorry if that does not work. I do not know what is going on. But, as it stands, I am going to probably end the stream here, as we have a route, we have a planet, we have a theme here, which is this Archipelago race, which is, this planet is Orcus. So 2024 Orcus Rally, essentially. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. And good racing out there, fellow space engineers.